Hello and welcome to Finxocapital Daily Financial News. I'm your host, bringing you the latest insights from the financial markets. Let's dive into today's top stories. And in US equities news, Wall Street retreated yesterday as investors assessed economic data ahead of the Federal Reserve's key meeting next week. Producer prices rose more than expected in November, though service costs showed signs of slowing. Meanwhile, unemployment claims climbed unexpectedly, raising concerns about labor market resilience. Rob Howarth, senior investment strategist at US Bank Wealth Management, commented on investor sentiment, saying, "It's all about what the Fed does next week, whether inflation poses a problem or if rate cuts can proceed as planned." Major indexes saw declines, with the Dow dropping over 230 points and the Nasdaq losing 132 points after hitting a record high earlier in the week. Moving to the tech sector, stocks had mixed results. Nvidia dipped 1.4%, while Microsoft managed a slight gain. Adobe plunged nearly 14% after forecasting weaker than expected 2025 revenue, dragging the broader sector. On the brighter side, Warner Bros. Discovery soared over 15% following an announcement to restructure its operations, separating its cable TV business from streaming and studio divisions. And in Forex news, the US dollar hit a 2.5-week high against major currencies, driven by expectations of a Federal Reserve rate cut next week. Traders are betting on a December easing but anticipate caution in 2025, given resilient economic data. The dollar surged 1.6% against the Swiss franc after the Swiss National Bank's surprise 50 basis point rate cut and gained nearly 2% on the yen for its best weekly performance since September. Over in Asia, shares dipped on Friday as the strong dollar kept risk sentiment fragile. Japan's Nikkei fell 1%, while China's blue chips dropped 0.7% following limited stimulus announcements from Beijing. In the bond market, US Treasury yields climbed significantly, with the 30-year yield seeing its largest weekly rise this year as expectations for deep 2025 rate cuts receded. And finally, in commodities news, oil prices stabilized after a week of gains. Brent crude edged up to $73.48 per barrel, buoyed by tighter sanctions on Russian and Iranian oil flows. Gold had a strong week, rising over 2% to $2,690 per ounce, as expectations of a Federal Reserve rate cut supported the precious metal. However, analysts caution traders to remain vigilant as profit-taking could lead to volatility. Thank you for joining us on Finxocapital Daily Financial News. We'll keep you updated with the latest market trends. Stay informed, stay ahead. Have a great day.